morning, everybody. Welcome to the first day of trick-or-treat-a-thon. As you can see, I just made it into work. All right, so I got 10 minutes to do a quick little intro. Welcome. I brought a couple things to read today. I brought Apple Crush. Let me actually, now that I put my bag down, let's pull it back up. All right, so I brought Apple Crush. This is the first thing I'm going to read because this is a couple days overdue and I want to bring this back as soon as I can. And then I also have The Dead Romantics. Now, this is a little branch that I work at where I need to get some chores done first. And then for the most part, it's a pretty quiet shift, which is why we're allowed to read at the desk. If I was working at the main branch, it would be too busy for that. But I'm hoping to at least start and finish Apple Crush. That's really the goal today. So even if I don't start it here, I'd like to at least finish it by today. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish I wasn't working today. I'm a little miserable. Not this summer, but the summer before, I had so much wax impacted in my ear that I had to go to urgent care, and it took hours, like a good 2-3 hours, just to get it loosened up and taken care of. Like, I felt bad for the nurse. And he's like, do you want to finish this at home? I'm like, no, because I spent $60 just to be seen. Yeah, they basically wouldn't even let me be seen unless I pay them the copay right away. Normally, they'll let you pay the copay as you're leaving, but no, they wouldn't even let me sign in until I paid. I'm like, not gonna lie. Now that I paid $60, I want to make sure the job is done. And I'm sure this nurse, he had better things to do, but I was like, you know what, we're getting this taken care of. But now that I know what to expect and what to do, I bought some stuff. I'm just waiting for it to arrive. It should arrive by end of day today. And I'm going to take care of it at home because I'd rather not spend $60 and I'd rather not spend 2 to 3 hours at urgent care, especially when I know those guys have better things to do. But I feel like I'm screaming right now because this ear is completely blocked. And I suspect that that's what the issue is. I feel like I'm screaming right now. There's like some vague ringing in this ear and I'd rather be home right now, but we got to make that money, honey. So, welcome to the craziness that is my life, and we're gonna get this readathon started. So it is Monday night. It's been a few days, not a few days. It's been a couple days since I last checked in. I started this vlog Saturday morning with a shift at work, and it was a rather successful shift. Once I finished all my chores that I was supposed to get done, I sat down and cranked this out. I finished reading it really quickly, and I'm glad that I waited till now to actually read this. When I grabbed it, it was kind of late summer. I've used a couple, I get 2 renewals and I've already used them up. And I assumed, because the first one was set kind of in the summer, I assumed it would be 2 because it came out in the summer, but it was set in the fall. So it absolutely fits the autumnal vibes. Basically, these 2 are sisters, or stepsisters rather. She like visits on the weekends and she actually lives on the farm. And they both sign up to help on this other farm where they, set up a haunted hayride. So absolutely autumnal vibes, absolutely immaculate. Super excited about it. So I'm really pleased that that's how I started this readathon. So, all right, like I said, I feel like I'm still screaming. I have an update about that, by the way. And I went to start this, but I didn't get around to it. And you know how I was saying how I need to get started on this because I'm out of renewals? Well, it doesn't matter because I am going to have to pay for it. I had it in my backpack, and I made myself a mocha at work, which is basically just a cup of coffee with, some cocoa mix in it. And I thought I rinsed out my cup, and I guess I didn't before I threw it in my bag. And it was just enough hot chocolate in it to leak. And it leaked on this book. And I'm the only one that's taken this book out, which means I have to pay for it. Because that's kind of like the standards we keep for our books, especially with a book this new. I'm kind of upset about it, not gonna lie. But you know what? I've been employed at the library since 2017, and it truly was a matter of time before I had to pay for a book. So I'm no longer in a rush to actually start this anymore. I am going to still try to read it, though. So, pretty boring shift at work. When I got home, I actually sat down and edited my TBR video for this readathon. And it took me like the rest of the day because it had been so long since I sat down to edit a video. I kept forgetting how to do something, and I had to Google it. And I kind of forgot how long it took to edit a video. So that was my task for the rest of the day, especially since I kept getting distracted. Sunday was a little bit more exciting. I spent half the day trying to clean out this ear. I assumed it was blockage from a lot of earwax. So I spent 2 hours at home with this earwax remover, like every 15 minutes, putting it in, flushing it out, and starting over again. Nothing was coming out. And at this point, at the end of the 2 hours, I was so overstimulated because that earwax remover, it tickles in the inside of my ear. And at first, you kind of giggle, but after the fourth or fifth time, it's absolute torture. And flushing the water kept having water drip down my face and into my sleeve. I was in mental anguish by the end of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to call, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm calling urgent care. And I called the doctor on call that's at my normal primary care physician. And she was saying, well, just so you know, occasionally that earwax remover doesn't help. It can actually make the issue worse. What? Yeah, it can make it worse. And if you are experiencing slight dizziness, which I was, there might be something else wrong, so please go into urgent care and we'll take a look at it. All right, fine. I go into urgent care, and silver lining, my insurance changed and it went from $60 to $20. So, all right, not as pricey as I thought it was going to be. The urgent care doctor took a look in both ears and was like, I don't know how to tell you this, but you have the cleanest ears I've ever seen. There's nothing in them. There's no fluid trapped anywhere. I don't see any earwax. I've actually never seen an ear so clean. I'm like, yes, because I spent 2 hours flushing my ear. And I was like, I'm really sorry, but this isn't in my head. I am experiencing ringing in this ear. I'm occasionally dizzy, and the pressure, there's just pressure here. What can I do? And this doctor was saying that if my allergies are bad enough, because you know how sinuses are connected, it could be my allergies, and I should probably just use some Flonase and see what happens. So I got some Flonase, and we've actually have found some relief at this point. The pressure isn't so bad. I'm not dizzy anymore, thankfully. But there is still this low-pitched ringing in this ear. And I'm hoping that after a couple more days, it'll finally go away, because when it's super quiet, it's obnoxious. But if I have other things playing, I can easily ignore it. It's just now, because it's quiet in this room, all I'm hearing is this continuous tone. So fingers crossed, this finally goes away. But I feel like such an absolute clown with the earwax remover. I was so confident it was earwax. And the urgent care doctor was so funny. I'm like, yeah, I wish it was. We actually like doing those extractions. They're very satisfying. I'm like, all right, I'll remember that. So as you can imagine, after that was all said and done, I was mentally out of it now. I was checking out for the rest of the day. I didn't read anything. And today, I just did my shift. I started listening to A Force of 1,000 Lanterns. I had finished a different audiobook that I'm not counting for this readathon. I just had maybe 20 or so minutes left of it. I finished that, and now I'm listening to A Force of 1,000 Lanterns. I just started it, so I don't really have any thoughts on that. So quick mishmash of an update. I finished a book. I want to say I rated this 4 out of 5 stars. Yes, I think I did that. Rated this 4 out of 5 stars. And I started Forest of a Thousand Lanterns. And we are going to eventually start this and pay for this. Beans. Anyways, I am going to spend, because I feel like I didn't really get to enjoy this past weekend, I'm going to watch some YouTube and play some Animal Crossing and maybe some Disney Valley. Dreamlight Valley. Disney's Dreamlight Valley. I may play some of that. It's a chill night for the rest of the night. I made it to work. I made it home. I paid some bills. And now I am in my very comfy. And we're just going to chill out for the rest of the day. Normally when I get home, I'll exercise, do a couple more things. Like I do have a couple of chores that I didn't get to do this past weekend. But you know what? That is tomorrow's problem. We're just going to chill out for the rest of the night and hopefully just recuperate enough to really get this week started. Hello, I have about an hour before I need to start getting ready for work, but I figured I'd do a quick update since I just got home. Fun fact, I bought this on clearance from Old Navy at the end of last winter, and it's a puffer's jacket and it's pretty thin, so I was like, you know what, this might be a fall jacket. I don't know if it can withstand New England winters because it gets cold here. But I am sweating. That was surprisingly warm. But I was out because I had my every 6 month cleaning appointment at the dentist. And for the most part, my teeth are okay. She would just like me to floss better. And who doesn't? And I needed to go to CVS to grab some Sudafed or some decongestant since my ear is still being weird. Like the nasal spray is helping, but I think I need something a little more oomph to try to clear this up. And because, you know, I was quite the adult this morning, I got myself a treat. Got some apple cider donuts. Oh, that's the receipt. And some pumpkin spice creamer. I love getting pumpkin spice lattes at Starbucks. However, I don't know if you know this. I was surprised to learn this. Apparently, the pumpkin spice mix that they use has dairy in it. I'm lactose intolerant. And so all that season, when I finally found out, I was ordering the lattes with the almond milk because I was trying to be a little bit better towards my tummy. And it wasn't until like the 4th or 5th time I got one when the barista finally took pity on me and like, do you know this has dairy in it? What? Now here I'm thinking I'm having an upset stomach because I just, because I had coffee. So alas, I shouldn't be drinking those. And I feel like sometimes I'll have one anyways, and I feel like they taste like soap now. Is it just me? Like it feels like they taste different now. So if I want something like a pumpkin spice coffee or a tea, I just get one of these now. All right, so I'm gonna put all this away. Put away my little dentist bag that I got. The hygienist was really funny. It's like, you get to pick the color of your newest toothbrush. So I picked the purple one because purple is one of my favorite colors, and not gonna lie, that made me feel like a little kid again, being able to pick that. Normally they just throw it in a bag and give me the little bag. I use an electric toothbrush anyway, so I just collect these if I have like guests stay over and they forgot their toothbrush. But that was very sweet. But yeah, I'm gonna make myself lunch because I didn't eat yet. Get myself sorted for work. Maybe read a little something. I haven't really read anymore since. I lie. There's a book called If Anything Happens, I Love You. I was fulfilling holds at work. Every day we get a lot of delivery, and it's just books that people requested, and I scan them in and they'll fulfill people's holds. And this book is called If Something Happens, I Love You. It was fulfilling someone's hold, but it was nice. It was a slim graphic novel. I'm like, I think I want to flip through this real quick before I actually check it in. And it was so sad. Basically, this little girl was a victim of a school shooting. She didn't make it. And she's from the outside looking in, watching how her parents like kind of react and deal with this loss. Apparently it's based off a short film that like won an Oscar. I'm going to have to eventually watch this little film. But oh man, it doesn't fulfill any of my prompts for this readathon. But man, was that sad. So technically I've read 2 things now, that book and Apple Crush. And I realized that I don't think I really delved into the story when I was quickly checking in last time. Stepping Stones, which was the first one, followed these 2 stepsisters and how they like react to into being in a mixed family finally. And this one, they're settled, and it's our main character who's based off of Lucy Nicely herself, because at the end she says that she based this character after herself, which is why I thought this was based on her life, but it's not. The character is based on her. And she's going to a new school, and it's kind of like dealing with being the new kid at school, and then of course like dealing with the fall activities of Halloween. It was very believable. At least I can see myself being in that story, and as always, Lucy Nicely to me can do no wrong. But that's it. I do need to get things sorted and go to work because I have a little over an hour before I need to be at work. I've done enough adulting, I think, for now. And I guess I'll talk to you guys later. I lie. We're talking yet again. I still have to get ready for work, but I just checked the mail and something wonderful has arrived. Hold on a second. Oh, it's so beautiful. If you're new here, I collect these mini backpacks. They bring me a lot of joy. So I'm into these backpacks. I'll even show you what I mean. Not all of them are out, by the way. These right here are on display. I have a rainbow motif happening. I eventually want to replace those mini ears with a blue one, so it like matches a little bit better. So yeah, that is my weird, hobby that I got. Oh, look at her. She's so pretty. And of course, I had to get the matching wallet. There are matching ears, but they haven't released those yet. So of course, I have the little notify me thing clicked off. There she is. She's free, beautiful. And the matching wallet. I feel like the wallet didn't need the ears. Like it could have been fine with just the bow. Because I see these ears getting caught everywhere. Like they're a little bent now. And they were like in the protective wrapping. So I can only imagine how worse that's going to get. But oh, super excited for this. That's probably going to be a bag that I wear in November because it's still fall, not quite Christmas. Because this is the bag I'm currently using. As you can see, a Halloween Coraline motif we got going on here. The matching wallet. Gotta have the matching wallet. And of course, that's not the only Halloween themed bag that I have. So I'm probably going to be using that one for a week or two. And then switch over to this like Halloween Snacks Disney bag that I have. And I also got the Emily, her name's Emily, right? Of course, I'm spacing on it. I got the Emily Banks convertible mini backpack as well. So that I'm probably going to have to switch over eventually as well. Just because this time of year, I won't get any weird looks for wearing it. I mean, I could wear it whenever I want, right? But I also have other bags I want to use at different points of the year. So that's it for now. I'm like truly done ranting. I'm super excited for this bag. I'm going to put her away, take care of the trash, and then relax a little bit before work now. Hello everybody, so it's Friday night and I figured I'll give you at least one more update before I end this vlog. I kind of hope to actually do a quick update tomorrow, but I don't know how things are going to go. So I did read one more thing. My mood readeriness struck again, and I found this on the shelf, Fangs by Sarah Anderson, who's the author of Sarah Scribbles. Now, I love Sarah Scribbles. I think they're hilarious and very funny. And so when I saw this, I was like, oh, I have to grab it. I love the author and it's very Halloween-y. And it also technically counts for My Bloody Valentine, which of course is the book that I destroyed and paid for. At least that was the original choice. This is Fangs. I've already said that. But this is a romance between a vampire and a werewolf. And it's like very sweet and at times very quirky and funny, very much in line with Sarah Scribbles. And I thoroughly enjoyed this. I like the art style. The art style is also very different from Sarah Scribbles. To be honest, unless I saw this, I probably wouldn't have assumed it was Sarah. Very good. I rated this a full 5 stars. So we now have at least one other prompt. Now I'll probably when at the very end kind of move things around how I want to see what really counts for what, but in the meantime, that's for My Bloody Valentine. Now tonight, I'm still dressed up for a reason. It's after 10 p.m. and I actually changed, did my makeup, and it's because I'm going to try to film a couple auditions before I go to bed tonight. The original plan was, do my full day of work, relax, go to bed relatively early, and film these auditions tomorrow. They're actually really big opportunity auditions, and I hope they go really well. But the reason why I'm filming them tonight and not tomorrow, you can't tell. I did my makeup to hide it. The door closed by itself. I'm going to assume it's the wind. Anyways, I feel like a sty is coming in right here at where my like eye curves. It's very tender, so sore. And I actually, without the makeup, I see that there is a slight bump happening here. I was like, you know what? I don't know what this is going to look like tomorrow. As of right now, I can hide it. Like, I don't think you can tell right now. And I think it's very minimal anyways right now, even without makeup. So we're going to do it now before hell breaks loose. Of course, I'm dealing with this eye thing as soon as my ear starts feeling better. The ringing is so minimal now that I actually really forget that it's there. I feel like for the most part it's gone. So now that I've gotten this taken care of, my eye decides to play fun games with me. I truly hope it doesn't get too bad because I am such a proud creature. It's not even funny. Hello. So it is pretty late Saturday night. I was up late last night getting those auditions done, and I just haven't bothered with the actual editing process of those until now. So they're done. I made sure they look nice and pretty. I sent them off, and when I tell you, I could kiss whoever created WeTransfer. WeTransfer is like super popular right now, and with the different casting agencies, like, hey, send us your self-tape, but we'd actually prefer WeTransfer. But the best thing about it, that it lets you know when someone downloads your files. And before, it was just sending something out into the ether and not knowing whether or not they actually looked at it. But it actually tells you. Oh, I can't tell you how much I love it. And it makes it definitely a little less daunting being able to see that. But anyways, now that that's all set and done, I figured I'll do a quick little outro to end this vlog. I think I might be, for the most part, as of right now, just doing weekly vlogs. I haven't read anything since. Today was a no reading day. I played some Animal Crossing because today was a fishing tourney and I picked up a little bit. So it was a pretty low-key day. And hopefully I'll actually get some reading done tomorrow. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I guess it's ta-ta for now. Bye, guys.